Peace, power, and love. This is the ages as it relates to the development of man. By looking up Movement for Community Development. Thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to take a quick second, draw a diagram on the board. We're going to use this diagram throughout the class. For those that's watching on DVD, the diagram will come up as a picture on the DVD, so don't worry about seeing it on the board. But for the people in the class, write this diagram real quick. And this is basically an explanation of some of the celestial events that we're dealing with today. You have your Earth's equator and you have your ecliptic orbit. Two ideas that we're going to discuss today. Those that's watching on DVD, bear with me. Okay. Okay. So, two things. If this is an introductory lesson for you, hello. Can you check the sound? Is it on?
Yeah.
You don't sound like it's on.
It is on. I hear it.
It is on?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh. What happened? Did you just take it off?
Check the sound. Move the wire.
Can you cut this out?
Yeah. But even if I don't, we're dealing with, you see what I'm saying? We're dealing with being candid anyway. It's, that's the nature of what we do. This is a grassroots movement. It's a grassroots organization. It's the nature of what we do. Everything will work 100% properly. So anyway, the way that we have decided that we will present our classes is, for one, for history's sake and for technical reasons, we want to state official LIU statements. But for practical reasons and for keeping everybody in line with the text and what's going on here, sometimes it's a lot easier to read something than it is to hear something read. So once we give the official LIU statement concerning a particular issue, then I'll give a brief, candid explanation for those who, would like that. So again, today's lecture is entitled The Ages, Astrological Ages. A lot of times, people hear the term ages and are not sure, what exactly it means. You hear terms like the Coombs age. You hear terms like he's been doing something for ages and like this, but a lot of times people don't think about exactly what that is, and that's what we're going to discover today, is that there's a seriously calculated science that determines the ages. It's been broken up, it's been disintegrated throughout the history, as is stated in the Quran or the Quran in the English language, by the time man is lost. By the time man is lost. And that's what the case is now. So we don't have an accurate way to measure what the ages are now, but we will introduce the science, and if you want to delve deeper into the actual time frames for each of these ages, you can. So without further ado, the ages. This is the official LIU statement. There are 2 points of observation for the night sky. That's what we will call the actual and what we will call the apparent. You'll find that throughout the study of the stars, there will almost always be a distinction between what is actually happening and what appears to be happening. During this lesson, we will deal with the apparent view. I want y'all to take that down as a vocabulary word. apparent view. This is the main point of the introduction. But you should write this down as a vocabulary word. The apparent view. Now, the apparent view is what appears to be happening in the sky. Reasoning for that is because many times there's a lot of time spent explaining what's actually happening, which involves a whole lot of technical terms. And then after it's explained what's actually happening, if your head hasn't swollen all the way past where it can, then usually astronomers will give you what appears to be happening. Today, we're going to skip over what's actually happening in the sky, and we're going to deal with what appears to be happening in the sky. Everybody got that?
Mm-hmm.
So don't ask, how come you're saying the sun travels across the sky? We know the sun doesn't travel across the sky, right, Sharina? We know the sun doesn't travel across the sky. It appears to travel across the sky. And this is why we're using apparent view as a vocabulary word, because we want our students to keep in mind that during the ages lesson, we're dealing with the apparent view, the way things appear from the ground. That is what the apparent view is defined as, the way that things appear from the ground. Or something similar to that will be accepted as an answer.
I just put what appears to be happening.
What appears to be happening is fine. Like I said, you couldn't go outside and prove whether the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees on its axis or not. But you can go outside and wait until the vernal equinox and see that the day and the night are equal if you want to stay up for 24 hours. So we're dealing with things that you can prove from the ground, that you can stand and look out. Everything else is theoretical. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, next I want to get into the topics that we will discuss today. And they include, and you should jot these down to keep in mind, that we're discussing first the celestial sphere. Then we'll talk about what is an equinox. And then we'll get into the vernal equinox, the autumnal equinox.
Are you going fast?
Yeah, you are going fast.
The celestial view. And what?
The celestial sphere. What is an equinox? The autumnal equinox. The precession of the equinoxes.
You said autumnal equinox?
Autumnal, A-U-T-U-M-N-A-L.
A-U-T-U-M-N-A-L?
The autumnal equinox. The precession of the equinoxes. And the great year. All concepts that are absolutely necessary to understand when we talk about the ages as they relate to the development of man.
And you did say